Have you ever wanted to tell a really great story in Spanish, but you just couldn't find the right words? Well, today we are going to build your own personal storytelling kit. We're going to cover absolutely everything you need to talk about an experience, from what happened to how it turned out, and, most importantly, how it all made you feel.
You know that feeling, right? When something big has just happened, maybe a competition, a performance, or even a debate, and you were just bursting at the seams to tell someone about it. You want to talk about all the excitement, the drama, maybe even the relief.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to tell those awesome stories, but in Spanish. So let's just dive right in and get you ready to share your next big adventure.
Okay, first things first, every good story needs a setting, right? We need to know who was there and what kind of event we're even talking about. So let's start with some of the absolute basics.
So the main word you're probably going to need is la competencia. Let's try saying it. Competencia. Perfect. It means the competition. It's a great all-purpose word to kick off your story. For instance, you could say, fui a una competencia. I went to a competition. See? Simple as that.
And hey, you probably weren't there all by yourself. You might have been with your equipo. That's your team. So now you could say, mi equipo y yo fuimos a la competencia. My team and I went to the competition. Look at that, we're already building a real sentence.
And who's leading the team? The coach, of course. In Spanish, that would be el entrenador if the coach is a man, or la entrenadora for a woman. It's a small detail, but it's a really important one to get right.
Now, let's get a little more specific. What kind of competition was it? Was it a track and field event? That's el atletismo. Or maybe you were in the pool for la natación, swimming. Perhaps you were at a horse riding event, which is la equitación. Or maybe you were even in a debate. Just pick the one that fits your story.
All right, so we've set the scene. Now we get to the juicy part. What actually happened? How did it all turn out? Let's look at the words you're going to need to describe that all-important outcome.
Okay, this is the climax of your story. The two most important phrases you're going to need are right here on the screen. Me fue muy bien, which means it went very well for me, and its opposite, me fue muy mal, it went very badly. From there, you just fill in the details. Did you ganar, win, or did you perder, lose? Was it an éxito, a success, or was it just fatal, awful? These phrases are really the building blocks for talking about the big result.
So, you've told us what happened, but a story isn't really complete until you share how you felt about it. I mean, this is the part where you really connect with your listener and bring the whole story to life.
Now, you might look at a list of feeling words like this and think, whoa, that's a lot to memorize. But don't worry. Most of these emotional phrases in Spanish actually follow two really simple patterns. Once you learn the pattern, you can unlock a ton of different ways to express yourself. Let's break them down.
The first pattern is me dio, which literally means it gave me. You just start with that and then add a noun for the feeling. So if winning gave you a lot of happiness, you'd say, me dio mucha alegría. If losing gave you a lot of sadness, it would be me dio mucha tristeza. You see the pattern. Me dio plus the feeling. It's pretty easy, right?
Our second pattern is me puse, which means something like I became or I got. You follow this one with an adjective. For example, me puse contento means I became happy. It can also mean I started to do something, like in the example here, me puse a gritar, I started to shout. So here's the key takeaway. Me dio is for nouns and me puse is for adjectives or actions.
Here is a super useful phrase that uses our first pattern. Me dio mucha vergüenza. It means it made me very embarrassed, or I was so embarrassed. It literally translates to, it gave me much embarrassment. This is the perfect phrase for those times when things really don't go according to plan.
All right, we have learned all the pieces. How to set the scene, how to describe the outcome, and how to express your feelings. Now for the really fun part. Let's put them all together and build a complete story.
Let's see exactly how this works with an example. So check out this story here. First, we set the scene. Fui a la competencia de equitación. Then we share the outcome. Me fue fatal, perdí. And finally, the feeling. Me dio mucha vergüenza. And just like that, in 3 simple sentences, you've told a complete and really compelling story.
Okay, let's try one more, but a happy one this time. The scene? Mi equipo tuvo un debate. The outcome? Nos fue muy bien, ganamos. Did you notice how it's nos fue this time? That's because we're talking about the whole team, us. And the feeling? Me reí mucho. I laughed a lot. Perfect. And there you have it, your very own Spanish storytelling kit. You now have the tools you need to set the scene, explain exactly what happened, and share how you really felt about it all. You're ready to go. So, really, the only question left is, what story are you going to tell first?